my allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for which it stands, one people united in love and service.
Welcome to Grade 6 Psalms and Assembly. Today we'll be talking about the benefits of laughter. Laughter connects us with others, just as with smiling and kindness. Most people find that laughter is contagious, so if you bring more laughter into your life, you can most likely help others around you.
Rumor that laughing is good for you. Maybe you are sick, suffering with an illness, in pain, unhappy, depressed. Whatever's got your curiosity going in this video, I'm going to give you the top 10 benefits of laughing on a daily basis, and it might just surprise you. My name is Pete Can, and I am the Laughter Man, a certified laughter coach. Yes, there is such a thing. I help folk like you become happier and healthier with laughter. I had to go to some dark places in my life before I discovered laughter was my cure. This channel was my mission to get the world laughing and living a happier, healthier life. Okay, so let's jump into today's video. Just take a moment, think about the last time you laughed really hard. So hard you were crying, having to draw a loud breath, doing that silent laugh, and those around you who had no idea what was going on felt compelled to join you. It's contagious, laughing so hard your face and sides hurt. Comment yes in the comments below if you've experienced this, and I hope it wasn't too long ago. But maybe for you, it is a distant memory. But remember how you felt, that overflowing goodness, even if life wasn't that great at the time, but you were energized, alive. So what are the 10 benefits to laughing on a regular basis? Benefit number 1, laughter helps you live longer. Recent research has shown that elderly people who embrace laughter wellness view the world in an optimistic way and are likely to live longer than those who are more pessimistic and negative. And the great thing about this is that the simple act of laughing forces you to be more positive in your outlook. In fact, it's impossible to be pessimistic at the same time that you laugh. So the next time you think your glass may be half empty rather than half full, find something to laugh about and live a little longer. Benefit number 2, laughter boosts your immune system. Yeah, laughter actually boosts your immune system, increasing the number of antibody producing T cells in your body. These T cells help us to fight infection, so we're less likely to come down with coughs and colds. Laughter also lowers the levels of at least 4 hormones that are associated with stress. So after a good giggle, you should feel far less tense and anxious and a little more positive. Number 3, laughter relieves pain. A good laugh has been found to reduce pain in the body. Not only does a laugh distract you from your aches, but it also releases feel-good endorphins into your system that are more powerful than the same amount of morphine. This idea of healing through laughter has got a lot of attention recently as people become aware of our body's reaction to laughter. Just 15 minutes of laughter can increase pain tolerance by around 10% as a result of endorphins being released. These endorphins cause something akin to a natural high, leading to pleasant feelings of calm as well as temporary pain relief. Okay, next up, benefit number 4, laughter reduces depression. Laughter has long been known to help people who are suffering from either SAD or full-blown depression. Laughter reduces tension and stress and lowers anxiety and irritation, which are all major factors that contribute to the blues. Laughter therapy has been shown to reduce depression in patients by inducing feelings of well-being and positivity. Number 5, laughter boosts your relationship. If you're looking to find a new partner, then laughter will help you find a new mate. Men love women who laugh in their presence, and women actually laugh 125% more than men. And if you're already with someone, then a shared sense of humour is an important factor in keeping your relationship running smoothly. Laughing together is a bonding experience. We're halfway through. Have I got you thinking about laughing more in your life yet? Tell me in the comments below which benefit is top of your list so far. So number 6, social benefits of laughter. Laughter is contagious, so if you bring laughter into your life, you can most likely help others around you laugh more. By elevating your mood and those around you, you can diminish their stress levels and possibly improve the quality of social interaction you experience within them. In addition, reducing your stress level even more. The more you laugh with others, the more likely you are to be remembered for the positive energy and feelings you bring. Benefit number 7, laughing is an internal workout. Have you had a good belly laugh lately? Ready for the science bit? A proper belly laugh exercises the diaphragm, contracts the abs, and even works out the shoulders, leaving muscles more relaxed afterwards. Laughing 100 times is equivalent to 10 minutes on the row machine or 15 minutes on an exercise bike. If you find exercise a bit of a chore, try laughing to get that fit feeling. Number 8. Laughing improves your breathing. Laughter empties your lungs of more air than it takes in, resulting in a cleansing effect similar to deep breathing. This is especially helpful for people who are suffering from respiratory ailments, such as asthma. These last two are two fantastic ones that I love and you will too. Before I share them with you, if these benefits are of interest to you, consider subscribing so you get to learn more about using laughter to benefit your life and those around you. Okay, on to the final two and this top 10 list of laughter benefits. I love this one. Benefit number 9, laughter helps you lose weight. Burning off calories by laughing might not sound as if it has much use, but a hearty chuckle raises the heart rate and speeds up the metabolism. If you're dieting, think about adding laughter wellness to your exercise regime. A good sitcom might easily get you laughing for 20 minutes or more. Last but not least, benefit number 10, laughter protects your heart. People who laugh a lot on a regular basis have lower blood pressure than the average person. When people have a good laugh, blood pressure increases at first, but then it decreases to a level below normal, aiding your overall health and wellness. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle in your body, it gets stronger and functions better when exercised. Regular laughter is like getting a gym membership for your heart. Laughter has been found to benefit blood flow around the body, reducing the likelihood of heart disease. The research says that 15 minutes of laughter a day is as important for your heart as 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week. So there you have it, 10 incredible, maybe surprising positive benefits of laughter.
Funny.
I like when animals do weird stuff.
I like watching comedy shows. Fascinating. So, what do you two find funny?
What do you two find funny?
Shake.
Thank you for listening to our grade 6 Thompson Assembly about the benefits of laughter.
Our assembly presentation will be on heroes and heroines, the mentors of our lives.
Barack Obama is an American politician, lawyer, and author who served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. A member of the Democratic Party, Obama was the first African American President of the United States. Obama is the father of 2 daughters and married to Michelle Obama.
So my role model was Nelson Mandela. So Nelson Mandela was a South African revolutionary politician, leader, and he was a philanthropist who served as the first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. Thank you.
The hero I chose for my slide is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold was born in Austria after losing the Second World War right along with Germany, and he grew up in poverty, starvation, alcoholism, and depression. His parents always wanted him to be a police officer, but when he saw a documentary about America in school, he knew that that's where he wanted to spend the rest of his life. He got into bodybuilding at a very young age after being inspired by a bodybuilding magazine about Reg Park. After gathering enough money to move to America, to make the most out of his opportunity moving in America, he went to college, trained 5 hours a day, worked in construction, and took acting classes, all the way until midnight, every single day. Arnold started making a name for himself when he won 14 titles in bodybuilding, including 7 Mr. Olympias, and revolutionizing the sport of bodybuilding forever. Continuing to follow his dream, Arnold became a movie star, acting in movies like The Terminator, Conan the Barbarian, and the movie Predator. After being so successful in so many different areas, Arnold decided he wanted to give back to the community and became the 38th governor of California. As governor, he invested $60 billion to rebuild California's ancient infrastructure, which was the biggest investment made in California for centuries. He served as governor for 8 years. He began in 2003 and stopped in 2011. Arnold is now 74 years old and has a net worth of $400 million.
Malala Yousafzai was born in Mingora, Pakistan in 1997. She became an activist at the age of 11 for human rights and to education in Pakistan. In 2012, at the age of 15, Malala was shot in the head by the Taliban on a bus. Luckily, with treatment from Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, she survived with even more urge to make a difference for girls in the world. In 2014, Malala became the youngest person to ever receive a Nobel Peace Prize, continuing to stand up for her beliefs and her rights at the current age of 24.
Kwana Chasing Horse is a 19-year-old Indigenous model and climate change activist. Her Indigenous ancestry is both Hungwichan and Sinkangu Ogwala Lakota. She is a fourth-generation land protector for the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in her home state of Alaska. Chasing Horse is the first Indigenous woman to ever walk for Chanel. Having representation in the modeling and fashion industry through models and activists like Kwana Chasing Horse have brought comfort to the Indigenous community, as she is a strong advocate for the issues of Indigenous peoples. At every possible opportunity, she finds a way to advocate for the land and her people. She was also the first girl in her tribe to reclaim the tradition of distinctive tattoos and got her first tattoos at the age of 14. These vertical lines down Chasing Horse's chin represent a reclamation of a culture once shamed. Chasing Horse has been a force for change in her community from a young age. In 7th grade, she convinced her school to change Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day by showing up to a meeting the school board was trying to keep under wraps and speaking out forcefully enough to change minds and get an elder from her community on board. I admire Kwana Chasing Horse for her strength and devotion to protecting Indigenous and wildlife lands, as well as advocating for the rights of her people. Even when in front of cameras at the 2021 Met Gala, Chasing Horse did not stray away from her beliefs and goals of advocating for Indigenous rights. Overall, having accomplished so much at such a young age, it is almost impossible not to admire Kwana Chasing Horse.
Bill Gates. He's a technologist who grew up in Seattle, Washington, and dropped out of college to found Microsoft, leading to a global company that led him to becoming the 4th richest person in the world. In addition to the innovating company, he and his ex-wife founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which has brought help to communities all over the world and is estimated to have saved over 38 million lives and provided essential services to hundreds of millions of people.
Titus Kaphar, born 1976 in Kalamazoo, Michigan, creates political commentary pieces around the way Black people in America are treated. He creates paintings, sculptures, and installations to spread his message on the effects discrimination and police brutality have on the Black community in America. Kaphar uses influences from history and the present to help create his art. An example of this is his piece, Yet Another Fight for Remembrance, which is inspired by the Ferguson protests in 2014, and Unseen, which speaks to the lack of Latino Americans and Native Americans in historical portraits. Kaphar's artistic process can include cutting up canvases or crumpling paper to draw viewers' attention to his art. I admire the way he uses his art to encourage positive change and conversations about inequality.
Isaac Bastian is a 20-year-old Bahamian swimmer who has been to many international competitions, including the Olympics and Worlds. As a younger athlete, he is committed to both school and to swimming, and is pursuing a career in physiotherapy. He encourages those around him and provides support for his teammates.
Lionel Andres Messi, born on the 24th of June 1987, is an Argentine professional footballer who plays as a forward for Ligue 1 club Paris Saint-Germain and captain of the Argentina national team. Often considered the best player in the world and widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, Messi has won a record of 7 Ballon d'Or awards, a record of 6 European Golden Shoes, and in 2020 was named to the Ballon d'Or Dream Team. Until leaving the club in 2021, he has spent his entire professional career with Barcelona, where he won a club record 35 trophies, including 10 La Liga titles, 7 Copa del Rey titles, and 4 UEFA Champions League titles.
Frida Kahlo. Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderón was born on the 6th July 1907 and died 13th July 1954. was a Mexican painter known for her many portraits, self-portraits, and works inspired by the nature and artifacts of Mexico. On September 17, 1925, Frida was involved in a serious bus accident, which left her with a broken spinal column, a broken collarbone, broken ribs, a broken pelvis, and 11 fractures in her right leg. In addition, her right foot was dislocated and crushed, and her shoulder was out of joint. Frida Kahlo caught polio in 1913, age 6, and had to spend several months in bed. The paralytic form of the disease was not badly disabling, however, it did have some unavoidable consequences. Her right leg remained slightly deformed and shorter than her left leg for the rest of her life. Even though Frida Kahlo suffered from many physical injuries, which led her to also struggling with mental illnesses such as depression, she never gave up on her passion, painting. As someone with a strong fear of becoming paralyzed/disabled, she truly inspires me because she is proof that you can follow your dreams and live your life even with injuries.
To summarize this presentation, everyone needs a mentor to learn from. They provide encouragement and support for growth and improvement. They provide guidance and collaboration and research. They also provide teaching advice and so much more. Who's your mentor?